Hello, greetings of the day. I hope you all are keeping fine. Uh, Presently, we are passing through a turbulent phase. In this turbulent phase, moral of people is down, confidence is very, very low, and people are looking for some directions. In this situation, the role of the leader is very, very important. Today, our topic of discussion will be how a leader can take a team towards victory in this turbulent situation. So let me take you to 1983 World Cup cricket. That's the third World Cup cricket actually. The first was in 1975. The second was in 1979. So in 1983, the team was headed by a 24 years old guy from Haryana, Kapil Dev Nikhanji. 1979, it was his first international cricket he started off, and by 1983 he was heading the Indian team in this World Cup. If you look into the performance, the past performance of an Indian cricket team in 75, in 79, the performance was very, very poor. India could win only one match in these two World Cups, and that too against a team from East and Central Africa. The players were Gujaratis of Indian origin. India won that one match only by 10 wickets. So when the Indian team went for England, none of the cricketers had slightest of the hope that they can move ahead in this tournament. In fact, going to England was a stopover for some of the players because they had planned to spend the holiday in US with their family. But it was one person, one gentleman who went to England with some hope that yes, we can do something here. It was that captain of the Indian cricket team. Before the tournament started, it started on 5th of June. And after reaching England, the matches were played in England and Wales. India played a couple of friendly matches, practice matches. And in all those matches, India's performance was very, very poor. And India's first match in the tournament was against the mighty West Indies, the champion in the first World Cup, the champion in the second World Cup. So India's first match was against the mighty West Indies at Old Trafford. And India beat West Indies there. That is the time when the slightest hope of the captain converted into a confidence. Yes, we can win this World Cup. Then the turning point of India in that tournament was, Indian cricket team in that tournament was the match against Zimbabwe. It was 17 runs in the scoreboard and 5 wickets were down. That is when the captain, Kapil Dev Nikhanji, went out to bat. Single-handedly, he scored 175 runs. And at the end of 60 overs, India's score was 266. India won that match. India moved ahead into the quarter-final, semi-final, and now it is the final. On the other side, it was, as usual expected, West Indies was there. West Indies team that at that point of time, they had the best team in the world. Best of the batting lineup, best of the bowling lineup. And the captain was the legendary captain, Clive Lloyd. And they had the best of the opening pairs that point of time, Gordon Greenidge and Desmond Haynes. It was 25th of June. The final was played at Lord's. The official capacity of the ground is around 25,000, and people say that on that particular day there were 30,000 odd spectators on the ground. West Indies team was more or less sure that they are winning the World Cup. The mood was very upbeat, and players started celebrating from the morning itself. Even their supporters back in West Indies, they also started celebrating as if it is a matter of few hours. The two captains went out to the ground. They had the toss. West Indies captain Clive Lloyd won the toss and offered India to bat. Indian team went out to bat, scored 183 runs in 54.4 overs. It was a very low score against the mighty West Indies, against the batting lineup. Now it was a turn of West Indies to go out and bat. So the legendary two opening batsmen, Desmond Haynes and Gordon Greenidge, went out to bat. And they were so sure that these two batsmen were good enough to score 183 runs. The rest of the 9 players, they were literally enjoying in the pavilion, celebrating, and was in a very casual mood. But they got their first shock when Desmond Haynes was out from a delivery of Balwinder Singh Sandhu. The second shock when the legendary batsman Vivian Richard was out. And Kapil Dev himself took the catch, and it was a famous catch in that match, and it was probably the famous catch in the entire tournament. Kapil Dev took his catch running in the backward direction and took the catch over his shoulder. The third shock, Clive Lloyd himself was out. The scoreboard was showing 66 runs and 5 wickets down. West Indies lost that match. They could hardly score 140 runs in 52 overs. India won the match. India won the World Cup. Now, what was that changed the fate of the match? It was a meeting which Kapil Dev had with his team in between India's batting and West Indies batting. It was a powerful meeting, and that is where captain gave the direction to the team. He called all his players and he said, friends, there are two options. The first is, yes, the score is 183 and it is very difficult to defend this score against West Indies. So let's surrender. Even in the worst case scenario, we'll be the runners up, and that is a great achievement, a big achievement, as against the performance of the Indian cricket team in the 1975 World Cup and the 1979 World Cup. There's an option B also. The score is, yes, very, very low, difficult to defend against West Indies. But now you mark my word here. If we can restrict West Indies within 183, I'm repeating once again, if we can restrict West Indies within 183, we'll create a history. And as long as cricket will be played in India, the name of these 11 players will be written in golden words in the history of the Indian cricket. And these 11 players will be worshipped as national hero, even if we are not there after 100 years also. 183 is the past. We cannot change the past. We cannot change it to 283 or 383. But what lies ahead is the future. And that is where we can do something. So let's give out 200%. Now with this mantra, the 11 players went into the ground and the rest is history. What we can learn from here is that if the captain, if the leader is 100% committed towards the goal and influences his team members, his fellow people in achieving towards the goal, then it is very much possible to achieve the goal, whatever the adverse situation is, whatever the turmoil is. Second, if the captain is 100% confident that yes, it is possible and we can do it and let's do it. If the captain can give that confidence to the team members, then achieving a mighty task is very, very possible, whatever the adverse situation is. So here we can see that in spite of that turbulent situation, in spite of